rather be a lord than a mule. Then.
I'd rather be a lord than a mule.
Have you guys never met a drug mule? Like,
I have.
yeah, I guess you have. You've been almost inside one.
You would never, dude. This
You
guy
met a
looked
drug
like.
mule?
Do you know who he honestly looked like? I'm being dead serious. Like he almost looked exactly like Murr from Impractical Jokers. I would say he looked almost as a. And if I had to say, he actually looks exactly like him.
Well, I know Murr, and maybe it was Murr.
Dude. And then my very next
Murr,
patient.
are you a drug mule?
When we left, I left the room. I'm talking about I left the room. I left the room from just a guy who had excruciating pain, who had bags of heroin and matchbox cars up his ass. My very next patient was a 90-year-old woman who had sprained her pinky opening a can. I swear to God, that was the very next.
The life of a physical therapist.
That was the very next patient.
What do you think he's more embarrassed of? The heroin in the condom?
I think it's the matchbox cars.
Or the matchbox cars.
I think it's the matchbox cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then one time I had a patient who had, I think I told you the story, he was having sex with prostitutes behind his wife's back, unprotected, paying big lumps of money to have sex with prostitutes behind his back. Did I tell this? And he had really bad, he had gotten like, I think he had herpes and gonorrhea like at the same time. That was like going to his back or something like that. And he had like all these, he had all these problems. And then him and his wife share insurance. So he couldn't get the medication or whatever, or get treated for it under the insurance because his wife would then know that he had some type of STD and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So he wanted to pay me, because I was a brand new physical therapist a month in and take advantage of me. He wanted to pay me like $10,000 for me to get the medication and me to put that on my medical insurance record. And then he would give me the money and he would meet me and do the drugs.
How does he ask you that, and how do you say no?
Because
I don't mean how do you say no like that's a great deal. I mean, like, how do you actually confront this man and say, I am not going to do that?
Well, it's interesting because literally this was like maybe like back-to-back days, or maybe on the same week. My boss, was another place I worked at. That guy came in, asked me those. Sorry, that guy came into my ass. Hey, babe. That's what it is. Speaking of coming into my ass, Backyard Bar Wars, July 8th, 10:30, right after a brand new episode of Impractical Jokers on True TV.
Yes.
So
airing now.
Airing right now.
Every Thursday. New
every
episodes.
Thursday. All day, every
11
day.
a.m. Hey, babe. Mondays, Taste Buds, 11 a.m. Chaos is when?
Chaos is Tuesdays, 11 a.m.
But Thursdays, you got us at 11, then you got me at 10, him at 10:30 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing everything we can for you guys.
Yes.
All of this is free to you.
All of it's free.
So, by the way, all you people complain that there's too many hits, if I can harken back to an old what say you phrase, go f*** yourselves.
Yeah.
I say that with love, but it's free, guys.
It's free.
We're moving product.
It's possible to spread herpes, by the way, even if there are no visible ulcers. It is not possible to catch herpes by touching a surface, doorknobs, toilet seat, bed sheets. So, yeah, just FYI. And if you're going to go bed sheets, look no other than Buffy.co. Promo code Hey Babe. Yeah. Sheets are made of real eucalyptus.
That's co, not com.
That's co,
they're
not
made
com.
Really, they're breathable.
Yeah.
And they're plant-based, and they're eco-friendly.
Yeah.
And Buffy.co. That's just a gimme for
just
them.
a gimme.
That wasn't even an ad.
Wasn't even an ad.
We believe in the people that believe in us.
I love Buffy.
Question.
Yes.
So he asked you that. Now, how are you keeping a straight face when you're in front of a man who is asking you to protect him from his wife finding out about his diseases from cheating?
Again, I was maybe a month, maybe 2 months into physical therapy. Right. So normally my boss would go in with me, even though I was a licensed physical therapist. You still want to shadow. Just shadowing. I'm brand new, whatever. But that patient, he wasn't. He was in the room right next door, but he wasn't. Right. So he wasn't in there with me at that moment. So he asked me that, and I said, I need to ask my supervisor, even though because I didn't know, because I didn't really know what to say. So I go, I need to ask my supervisor. So I go next door and I asked he's not even my supervisor. It was just the guy that owned the therapy clinic. I said, hey, this guy, blah blah blah, whatever. He walks in with me. He goes, they were friends, or he had been a patient before, whatever his name was, Ken. He goes, Ken, you cannot do that. He will not do that. He said, that's insurance fraud. He'll lose his license. He was just a physical therapist. He just got into physical therapy a month ago. You will destroy his life. And then Ken's response was, he goes, well, have you ever had herpes? He's like, I'm sure you have herpes. Don't all you kids have herpes? And I said, no, I don't have herpes. Because Ken was thinking, if it's already on your record, why not just say you have a flare-up and then give me the Valtrex. Yeah, yeah. And I was like, no. And then so he like, you know, my boss at that time showed like, he was like, you know, right, like the right thing to do. Like, we will not stand for that. We will not stand for that. 48 hours later, maybe 48 hours later, there was a woman who I was treating, you know, older divorced woman, a woman in her mid 40s, late 40s, who came in with tennis elbow. And she goes, hey, she goes, again, not lying. If you want to not believe me, you cannot believe me, but this is a true thing. She comes in with tennis elbow. She goes, hey, when I'm massaging her elbow, she goes, hey, would you, sometimes the pain in my elbow radiates to my lower back. And I was like, well, that seems not possible, but
oh yeah,
again, I'm new.
That's a long way around.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, that's ridiculous, but okay. She goes, let me lay down and can you massage my back? So she literally, I say, okay, like, okay.
She looking for a free massage or is she making a move?
Here's what happens. She goes.
You in scrubs?
No, khakis and like a coach, you know, like a collared shirt that was tucked into my khakis.
So you didn't wear scrubs?
Not in this place.
But okay, continue.
Not in this place.
We'll get back to the scrubs.
So she goes. So she says. You know, I have tennis elbow. And I said, it's going to my back. I said, okay. And she was like, can you massage my lower back? And I was like, well, it's not like really associated with tennis elbow. She's like, yeah, but it can spread from the elbow to the back. I mean, it's all, you know, the body's all connected. I was like, I guess. And she was like, so she, again, I'm 23 years old, 24 years old. So she lays on her stomach, pulls down her pants completely. She's wearing a red thong. I swear to God, she's wearing a red thong, pulls her pants down completely. She's wearing a red thong. She's massaging. She goes lower, lower, lower. Now I'm massaging both of her butt cheeks. At one point, it was like, I didn't know what to do because obviously I'm a brand new therapist. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm like doing anything like that'll I can't. I don't know what to do.
You don't know how to play this. Because if she's actually in pain, but then she's not, it's very, yeah.
In a way, like I was a victim.
You're like a deer in headlights.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do because I'm like I'm the therapist. She's telling me she's in pain. It's my duty to get that out. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's not in her case file that she has it, but she's telling me. What am I going to do? She's a liar. So I'm massaging her
in
lower
the trenches right now. This is
massaging her lower back and the top of her butt cheeks, and then she says to me, "Is there a way?" Swear to God, she goes, "Is there a way we can have sex in this office right now?" Hand to God. So, Sal, I'm not lying. Hand to God. She goes, is there a way? She goes, is there a way we can have sex in this office right now?
What?
So I say, let me talk to my supervisor.
I like it if both ways you denied them and they were like, let me speak to a supervisor.
So I say, let me speak to my supervisor. So I go into the next room. I tell the same guy who just 2 days ago told me, you know, marched right in there and said, do not do that. I say,
You might have a sitcom on you, a single camera on your hands here.
I say, hey, somebody's got a development deal.
It's me.
Yeah. So bad arrow.
We had to beep that.
Sorry about that. Okay, you can't do that.
Because we don't know if we have the rights yet.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Productions.
Yes.
Yes. So with the guy who just had said 48 hours before, marching that you cannot do that. I absolutely not stand for that. He will lose his license. I go and tell him the exact story that I just told you without missing a beat. Without missing a beat, he goes, take it a roommate. It's got no windows. I swear to God. Oh my God.